Coochies are pink, booty holes are brown, my skin is light, but my comedy is dark. Welcome to another episode of Life is Funny. Me llamo es Forrest. I swear, as soon as I become fluent, it's a rap, chief. Like, I probably will only speak English when I absolutely have to. I planned on going the whole Dominican Mino Black route, but I got this big old bell pepper nose, so I can't get away with it. Because being black is annoying, but I'm just glad that the heat is really not on black people right now. There's some immigrants in the United States and the liberal whites, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah, man, it's everything is good. I'm celebrating 1 year here in Mexico. I started my cross country road trip in November of 2024, and then I finally crossed the border into Mexico on I think it was January 3rd or 4th, and then I made it to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico on January 10th. You hear some hesitancy in my voice about talking about where I live at in Mexico, because I don't want y'all niggas moving down here. Y'all take y'all black asses to Playa del Carmen, to fucking Mexico City. Y'all stay over there. Let me be a unicorn in peace. Oh, yeah. I think because one, I grew up an army brat, so I was always around diversity, and I didn't start going to majority black schools until 6th grade and then middle school, and then my high school was somewhat diverse, and so I just never felt that need to be around black people. Like I hear black folks saying, "Oh, I got to be around my people. I gotta go back to Africa, or I got to do this or whatever." It's like I just never felt, I just felt that full on draw to be around my people. And then also, like, I'm not 100% black anyways. Like, you see this light skin? I'm pretty sure if I ever did one of them 23andMe's, they find, of course, a Caucasian in there somewhere. There was a rumor floating around that there's a Puerto Rican, in the family tree. Yeah, so I've just never felt that full on. And I don't know, I might feel different if I ever go to the motherland, but I actually feel more drawn to Mexico and being around Mexican people and the culture. Now, I do know that there is racism down here. There's racism. And when you're black, everything is racist. But the racism meter is dialed down a little bit down here. And so, yeah. Like I said, I look forward to being fluent because I feel dumb by not knowing the language. I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, but that was damn near over. Fucking damn. It's damn near 30 years ago. Yeah, I graduated in 2000. Yeah, man, time be zooming. And I know I have the ability to learn because when I was in the Army, I took this test called the D-Lab. So it's a test that gauges your ability to learn a different language. So I scored pretty well on that. But I think once I become fluent in Espanol, I might hop back into the comedy game, stand-up comedy game. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll take it day by day. I just know right now I'm good. I'm enjoying. Life is funny. I am enjoying being able to talk about things that I find funny without the pressure of I don't feel forced to make the shit funny. I can just talk and then we'll have funny points and stuff like that. Um, Occasionally I do miss. I think I probably talked about this almost damn every episode, but I do miss the mic because the mic is either the mic is either gonna humble you or is going to empower you. And I was on Threads, and there was this young lady. She was all like, yeah, I feel like I'm funny. I feel like I can, I can go up there and do stand up. And I was all like, all right, go ahead, go right ahead. Don't be surprised if you get humbled, because and she was like, why would you automatically go? I be on the mic anyways, and why would you automatically go to that? And I'm all like, I'll pretty much say, hey, yo, that's something you're gonna have to experience for yourself. And but good luck though. Hey, rooting for you. Once again, she got to see for herself. I thought about saying, every comedian has gone through it. There's comedians that definitely had that quiet ride home. I had plenty of those. What were the comedy spots that were the most interesting for me we'll rank them the nigger rooms. And I'm talking about niggas, man. Yeah, those were, once again, me not growing up around niggas. That was kind of my handicap. I was gonna get there at some point. And then there was this one place, Monticello. It was kind of an upper scale black room where they would have dinner and then they would have comedy. So the places where I did better in places where there was actual, like, people went to see comedy. If they were there for comedy, then it made it, a little bit easier versus they're at a place and comedy happens to be there. And then the Laughing Library, Peter Street Station. That one was, that was my true training ground for real. Once I figured it out, I was like, all right, we good. Mainly because it was bring your own weed, and there was a bunch of smoking going on, and some folks, they would totally miss a lot of the shit. Because I would do dark, intelligent comedy, and I would say black people and intelligence was like oil and water. And of course they'd be like, oh, the folks that would be offended. But I was like, hey, it's not our fault. We were late to the reading game. Like, hey, it was illegal for us to read. But yeah, I used to love talking about racism on stage, especially in front of the white people. But I would make it in a way where they were comfortable with laughing. But I would say I would talk about being 2/5 white. So I would be racist to the other parts of me. And so the thinker is going to know, all right, 2/5, then you got 3/5. Then you would know about the 3/5 compromise and everything that goes into that. So, levels to it. But then I would say, hey, like I'll give an example of, I got a lazy eye that I call Jamal. But yeah, I think that was the things that I loved about playing around with stand-up comedy. It was cool. But yet again, I just was not getting the return on the investment that I wanted. Like, I was giving more than I was getting. And I was like, you know what? Especially after that third time, I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm going to focus on the music. But I think that's enough about that. What do I feel like talking about? Let me see. What are the topics that we have? We have the Minnesota white woman. We got Venezuela. We've got George Zimmerman. We got Kenan Thompson's ex-wife. And then the gay pastors, man. All right. Let's start with Venezuela because that's easy. Somebody on TikTok asked me to, give some commentary about it, and I really don't have much to give. It could say it's about oil. I mean, that's an easy route. Or, we could just want to have easy access to whatever drugs they have, cut out the middleman. Shit, I don't know. Like I said, the United, why I keep saying we, I don't know. I get paid by the United States. So, I'm still invested to a degree. But the United States has a war machine. And it likes to pull it out, likes to play with it, likes to flex on the other kids. How can I describe it? Gotta go back. I was born in the 80s. And so I remember the Ninja Turtles toys. And me, I only got like the basics. I think I stole a Ninja Turtle from another kid, but I only had the basics, and that was it. But then you had the motherfuckers that had the blimp, the Ninja Turtle blimp, the Ninja Turtle van, then whatever that big old ball machine thing that Krang and whatever and Splinter were in, and then they had the Bebop and Rocksteady, and then they had all these accessories and stuff like that. That's what the United States is. Or even, closer to home, G.I. Joe. All the accessories instead of just the basic G.I. Joe. And it's like, hey, he's all like, hey, let me pull it out. Look what I got. Look what I got. I got all the new toys. And since the United States ain't fighting no wars at home, it's all like, dang it, I forgot to turn it off. I'm not trying to deal with that. Sleep. What the hell? How did life happens. And then so it just got to pull things out. And of course, got to keep everything below it destabilized. Got to keep these other countries destabilized. Like, in the Middle East, keep them destabilized. Canada ain't gonna do shit. We ain't worried about that at all. But yeah, folks I'm telling you, man, the United States military would 21 skunk anybody in a conflict. The only reason why we would struggle with anybody else, or like with Vietnam and whatever, all them other ones, is all because we got these rules, the Geneva Conventions. You don't think that freaking United States wanted a fucking atomic bomb the fuck out of Vietnam? The way them chinks was giving them trouble, not chinks, but the gooks was giving them trouble, man. Chinks, gooks, same difference, but not same difference at the same time. But yeah, yeah, easily, like, yeah. Even all right, the stuff they was fighting us with, it's all like, bruh, like they had to use IEDs. So yeah, I don't know. They talked about Maduro's a dictator and all that stuff like that, so they snatched him up. Hey, they basically gonna do everything to distract the American people from them Epstein files, because I know them shits is nasty. I know them things. Yeah, you could tell by everything that's going on. The water it gets this year, the nastier them files is, man. Oh man, I swear 2026 is gonna make 2025 look like an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or an episode of Sesame Street. Like it's wild. So be ready. Speaking of which, you know what? Let's go on into some other easy shit. Get the easy stuff out the way. George Zimmerman is talking about being broke and struggling. I will, Mr. Almost White Man. It's funny how Jay-Z had that line talking about they got X, but Zimmerman's still alive. Streets is dead. And I was like, just give it time, man. Life is gonna catch up to these. Like when they are in the wrong, when they have done some foul shit, life is going to catch up to them. My solution to George Zimmerman's problem, just do gay porn on OnlyFans, bro. Just be a bottom. Just bottom your way to the top. Some gonna pay. Humiliation rituals. Get you George Zimmerman, holla at me. I will help you get paid, bro. I'm telling you, we'll find a black dominatrix, have her stomp on your balls. It will, I'm telling you, man. You know who your highest subscribers will be? Black people. I would sign up, hey, $7. That's it. I'll put it on it. Yeah. I'd watch George Zimmerman's balls get fucking stepped on by a black dominatrix. Like, for real, I'm here for it. Let's make it happen. Let me see. Let me keep going easy route. All right, Kenan Thompson's ex-wife is a new. I don't know. I should have looked up the name of the nigga that she was fucking. Apparently, like, it was Kenan Thompson from SNL, his wife, and then another dude that was on SNL too. And the other guy, he had a drug issue. Like, they were all friends, and he had a drug issue. And I don't know if, once again, this is what happens on do enough research, but I don't know if the ex-wife and Kenan Thompson were already divorced. I think they were at the time, but the ex-wife was helping old dude that had the drug problem. He went to rehab, she encouraged him and all that stuff like that. She was there for him, and then they fell in love, all that good stuff. And I guess old dude was saying he regret, doing all that. He said he had a man-to-man conversation with Kenan. I wish I could have, heard that. Those are tapes I would love to hear. Speaking of tapes, fuck the Epstein files, man. Can we get the Martin Luther King sex tapes, please? Hear that man talking about, I had a dream about this pussy. I wonder how that would go in the comedy club. But anyways, back to Kenan Thompson. So, hey, man. Hey, Kenan, fuck you, man. That's what you get. Out here trying to take advantage of comedians, dog, with that whole Kenan Presents. Now, yeah, it was, I was doing comedy in Atlanta when I heard about the whole Kenan Presents thing. And I was all like, hold on. When the fuck has Kenan Thompson ever been on the stand-up comedy stage? Like, on the scene? Like, I think, like, if he has, I didn't hear about it. But I know that motherfucker from, the Mighty Ducks, Nickelodeon, yeah, freaking Kenan and Kel, Good Burger, all that shit like that. That's where I know him from, and then making the move to SNL. I don't know that nigga from fucking stand-up comedy. And so he had the whole showcase thing, and I was all like, hold on, this nigga is joke farming. And it was freaking, I was kind of like perplexed, befuddled, because I was new to stand-up comedy. You'll learn in stand-up comedy, there's a lot of non-funny shit in stand-up comedy. But I was like, you joke farming? I was like, oh, these motherfuckers have either like run out of material or don't know how to come up with their own material. And then so I was like, hold on. Then I thought, I was like, damn, this imagination that I have is precious, because I come up with a new idea like every freaking second. And so I was like, so pretty much that's what he was doing. Having these comedians go up, I guess they had to sign over their rights, all the, the classic, we gonna, take advantage of you type shit. And I was telling other comedians about this shit, and they were all like, oh, this is an opportunity. I'm like, this opportunity to pay the bills, motherfucker. No exposure. There we go. Not opportunity, but exposure. Exposure out here paying the bills, motherfucker. Like which one of them people from the Kenan Presents either one got their own special, two got an appearance on SNL, or three got in the writers' room of SNL. And I think there was this one black dude. I know he didn't do Kenan Presents as far as I know, but he went through like the what's that spot in Austin? Kill Tony. He went through that route. And even him, I was hearing him, I'm like, man, this nigga's I'm being the comedy hater, because we all are. I was like, this nigga ain't that funny. Oh yeah. Do comedy in a room full of comedians. Should be quiet as fuck, dog. You could say the funniest of funny jokes and you might get a chuckle because we're all fucking haters and shit. But yeah, and then who else was doing that joke farming shit? Cedric the Entertainer. Hurt my heart, man, from St. Louis, dog. Hurt my freaking heart, man. Cold world. Moving right along. Let's get into the good stuff. All right, man. So I told you, man. 2026. We're not even in the second half of January, dog. And this shit is starting off guns blazing, man. So this forgive me, because this is, oh man, when I collect my my thoughts, oh man, shout out to the homie Melvin Tide, Love Us Melvin on Instagram, this dope cuffing season shirt. Yeah, he's got a good series, comic series, I Hate Healing. But check that out. But we'll get right to this. Yeah, that Minnesota white woman, Renee Good or something like Renee Nicole Good. She was white, but she had a black woman's name. My was she even my stepdaughter? Because what had happened was my ex-wife, while we were still legally married, she had 2 kids with 2 different niggas. So there was a point where I legally had 4 kids. But yeah, the first one that she had with this one nigga that she cheating on me with, her name's Renee. Hey, what's up, Renee? Hope you doing all right. Hope we got some good therapy. But yeah, this white presenting woman, Renee, because you know, they be passing too. It be, hey, I live in Mexico. I be seeing a lot of them white Mexicans, dog. Oh yeah. She got some hot, caught some hot ones to the head by ICE. And when I first heard the story, the headline, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? Why is this white woman getting popped by ICE? And then the more that came out, I was like, oh, it was like a protest thing. It was, so what I gathered was you got these group of people that are trying to disrupt whatever ICE is doing. First of all, you dumb ass motherfucking liberals, dog. Stop. Please stop. You are not accomplishing anything. All y'all do is get in the way and y'all make shit harder for everybody else, because liberals are freaking so smart. They've read so many books that they're fucking stupid. They've read themselves into stupidity. And I, maybe it's some somewhat self-hate, because I kind of had my small liberal phase after, the army, because I went to college, damn it. Went fucking read books. I read a lot of books and shit. I was a social worker. So you're just immersed in liberal culture, liberal thinking culture. I got 2 liberal arts degrees. Shit, there you go. And so, but looking back, I was like, what the fuck? Ew, I was disgusted with myself. How fucking dare I think? How the fuck? How dare I be a fan of Obama and Big Mike? Hey, yo, I want to live long enough to see the day that it comes out that Michelle Obama was born with a penis, dog. Because I was going into Reddit for sample packs, some beat packs and shit like that. And I went in there and I came out with the information that Michelle Obama was born with a penis. And that them kids really ain't their kids. Oh man, I'm telling you, and you think about it, it makes a lot of sense because Barack Obama did more for the LGBTQPIA plus community than black folks. That motherfucker, I was in the army, he got rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Trans women were able to get they were basically, gender, let me get it right. So, I don't want to piss off the fucking trans people or, that community. They were able to get gender reaffirming care in surgery. When I was doing stand-up, we had a black trans woman doing stand-up comedy, and she was post-op. And I'll say the post-op trans are funnier than the pre-ops because they really dedicate to the cause. But she told us because of Obamacare, she was able to get new titties and get her dick chopped off. And I was all like, when she was telling us about it, we were like, what the fuck did we just hear? But anywho, back to the liberals. Just please chill out. And I'll say the conservatives are silly and the liberals are stupid. They're just different sides of the same crazy coin. Because like when the conservatives were wearing that damn stupid ear patch because Trump faked that damn assassination attempt. Oh, shit was so fake, dog. Excuse me, because I saw it. Yeah, it's funny watching how Trump is getting the people riled up, man. He's a Gemini, man. He's crazy. We are crazy. But y'all have fun with that one, man. I don't see him leaving office again. I don't see that man leaving office unless he dies. That'd be some wild shit. That really would. Like, because who's gonna follow that? Like, y'all tried to get Biden, that old decrepit. I'm like, every day, I'm like, damn, he's still alive? Shit. And every time I do stay, he was like, oh, they was like, they dug him up out the grave and they got him propped up with a stick. There you go. But yeah, back to this Minnesota white woman, man. She was out there. I guess she dropped her kids off at daycare or school or whatever, pulled up to, I guess there must be an ICE tracker that these liberals have developed. I'm like, ICE is making these movements here and here and here. So there's got to be a tracker or somebody's tipping them off from the inside. Hey, ICE pull up here. So they went up there. This dumb bitch, I'm just going to keep it real. She blocked the road and interfered with an ICE operation. For who? For why? For what? If there is, let me help y'all out. All right. Me being a combat veteran and one that has done, military operations. Motherfucker, mind your business. Just mind your business. If you do need to film some shit, film from a safe distance away. Don't be getting all up and interfering because let's just say they're doing some stuff. They're, if something's spraying, pop, and you over there being concerned citizen, you catch a hot one. Now you gonna feel dumb. So yeah. So I watched the videos and I waited before I even really said anything. But you watch the videos. The first video, it kind of doesn't do the ICE agent that did the shooting really justice. But then when I saw the video from his perspective, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, totally. Because like, I swear, man. Watch the video. Watch the video. But the so Renee, her partner, I did not expect them to be driving a Honda. I thought she was gonna be driving a what was it? A Subaru Legacy? That's the official that's is that the official vehicle of White Dykes? Uh it's a Subaru. It was a Subaru Forester. But yeah, she was all like, they had the partner, and like she was like, we had something. She was having a verbal altercation with the one ICE guy, and she was like, I think she was a Air Force, one of the veterans and shit like that. So super naval. I wouldn't be surprised because there's this whole population of military veterans that have turned liberal, and I'm all like, bro, that ain't it. And so before we even get to the point of the shooting, I'm like, why are you arguing with somebody with a firearm? Why? Stupid. And so they get in the car, and then Renee from the other side, the dude's all like, yo, stop the car, get out the car. Renee backs up and tries to drive forward. Now, let me tell you something. As soon as you do that, your vehicle becomes a weapon. And we'll go on to the other side, the shooting side. When your adrenaline is pumping and when all that's going down, you're going in fight, flight, or freeze mode. I remember when my first firefight in Iraq, we had somebody freeze. Fortunately, they didn't freeze too long. But yeah, it's natural psychology, fight, flight, or freeze. You take a basic psychology course and they're going to talk about that. And so that motherfucker was all like, all right, F flight, F freeze, I'm fighting. And when you're fighting, you're going straight to your training. Wherever the training that you are given, that's what you automatically go to because it's reflex. It's just you train so much. I don't know how much training they did. They train so much. You're not really thinking too much because you only have point whatever seconds to make a decision. And eliminate you made this vehicle a weapon, so I have to eliminate the other I'd say the enemy, like I'm back in the war, but eliminate the threat. There we go. And that's what happened. Dumb bitch wanted to be stupid and she got fucking 5 hot ones to the face. I didn't know how that was a number, but that's what happened. And now her partner's all feeling bad. Oh my God, I can't believe I ain't started. Yo, liberals, go feed the homeless, dog. If you really want to do some shit, go feed the homeless. All right. Much better, right? Because you know what? ICE is here to stay. All right. They let all them immigrants without documentation into the country. Now they're getting them out. And now they have an organization that, you know, there's too much money in this. Too much. So there you have it. Is there anything else? It's just funny seeing the responses. I'm like, people are like, oh, how could you? I will say they are humanizing the fuck out of both these white people. Oh man, they are. Oh, they was like Renee. Oh, she was a poet. I guess she was from Missouri. She got shown them bullets, man. But she's a poet and she was a mother and all. Ain't your job to go home to your kids and make sure you good? Oh well, then I guess old dude, they're talking about his record and all. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna treat this white woman like how they was treating black folks when we was getting popped in these streets. And I was like, hey, the bitch should have complied. Why were you resisting? Why did you do what you were told? Because all you had to do was just listen. Now you might have got arrested, you know, you cuffed on you, all that stuff like that, but you would have lived. You would have lived. All right. So there's that. That's enough about that, man. Because I swear, man. I'm so glad I'm got the fuck out of the United States if I say that. But I think Trump finna run up on Mexico. Oh man, y'all, if he do, I'm gonna be down here. You see the hat? I'm gonna be down here. Hey, Viva la Revolution. My Mexican brothers and sisters, mi hermanos and mi hermanas. Viva la Mexico. Oh man. We'll see how that goes. Finally, let's talk about these gay pastors, man. I guess Donnie McClurkin got caught up in some shit. Man, bro, everybody is gay until proven otherwise. That's how I approach life. Like, everybody is gay until proven otherwise. All right, cool on that. And I could say that because I got my dick sucked a couple times by this one dude in Houston, and I had, it was funny talking about it on stage in Atlanta, because when you talk about gay stuff about around a bunch of straight presenting black men, they act like you was talking about the boogeyman. But yeah, you asked why twice. I had to figure out whether I liked the shit. You know, first time could have been a fluke. Second time, all right. But both times I felt like a faggot, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. And I am not about to be stressed out by some dudes. Oh, hell no. Oh well. I randomly wouldn't know what that nigga is doing. Especially after I nutted down in his mouth. The life that I live. I guess I should say that. I'm about to get married next week to a woman. Man, I told her. That was an interesting conversation. But I tell people, man, be open. Be open. The more vulnerable you are, the easier life can be. Like, if people gonna fuck with you or ain't not gonna fuck with you, man. And I kind of had to put that out there because, you know, at some point this platform is getting super big, and I don't need him talking about, you know, I'm back in 20, when was that, 19? I let him, no, he put his penis in my mouth and you know, and all that. And I'm like, look, I told y'all, here's the footage. Here's, you know, the comedy that I did then told y'all. Ain't no outing me. No, not gonna be it. But yeah, no, I swear, these pastors, man, let us black men be ourselves, okay? Let us black men be ourselves. Black men, my fellow brothers, well, they're 3/5 talking to y'all. Be yourself. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Be all right. Be yourself. Okay. And I say that to Donnie McClurkin and especially Sam Collier, bro. Man, fuck that motherfucker. I just say that because I went to their church. Man, forget him and his punk ass wife Tony. Because I went to their church. I went to Story Church in Atlanta. They came out of Hillsong, which that should have told me enough, because there was a scandal at Hillsong. And so I was at Story. I went to this whole, like, I was going on a somewhat regular basis. I was trying to get involved. I met Tony. I met both of them, but I met Sam in particular. And just thinking back to some stuff, and he did. I remember one thing we were doing. He was trying to get, you know, a men's thing going on, and they played basketball at this Boys and Girls Club. I just sat on the side because I don't hoop. I ain't that athletic, and so I met him there outside of, you know, at the church, and then they had this whole the church version of Invest Fest, and afterwards, I was, you know, shook his hand, all this, you know, yeah, he had that, he has an interesting smile and all that fake pastor look shit, you know, whatever. And so, incident happened after, you know, the Invest Fest. So I was passing around my book. The assistant pastor was on some bullshit like, hey, why are you passing around your art, your triggering art and stuff like that? So I left. I quit going. I was all like, at some point, some bullshit is gonna happen within this church. Sure enough, about a year and change later, it comes out that him and his wife got a divorce, and it was because he was cheating. And so on the Lecrae podcast, she talks about how Sam got extorted by a sex worker. Now, on a different podcast with this one woman, she says that the sex worker was a trans individual. And he had a sex addiction and a porn addiction and cheating. And this motherfucker is a pastor at another church, man. Just that whole fake church image. And the reason why I'm like, F Tony too, because, she's got to protect her image. So I'm pretty sure that either there were some things that she knew or some needs that she wasn't willing to meet. Basically, both of them couldn't be themselves because they had their positions in the church. So yeah, I think he had to pay $10,000 to try to keep this individual quiet. I'm just all like, yo, I would respect these pastors, like if they were like, yo, this is what I'm dealing with, this is who I am, but I'm working on it. I'm doing these steps. Here's where a lot of this stuff comes from. Yeah, even with myself, like, yo, even with sex, it's all like either one, I had a sexual experience at like 7 with a young girl, or hey, I might have got touched before I could talk. I don't know. You never know. But talk about this stuff. Vulnerability is a cheat code, people. And on that note, there's been another episode of Life is Funny, where me, a retired stand-up comedian, talks about the things in life that I find funny. Y'all be great. Peace out. I'm out.